Hello, my fellow members of Boston Sports Nation. Welcome to another edition of the Roar Rooters podcast. I'm your host, Tom O'Shea, and yes, this is a bonus episode. We're recording this on February the 1st of 2026. So there were no games today for your Boston sports teams. No news really to report of. We are going to drop a little bonus pod. So it's the podcast you've all been waiting for, the podcast episode at least. It is our Boots on the Ground episode for the first time. So this is our first ever game for our podcast, at least a Boston sports game at least. So let's talk about our first ever game. Not only that, our first NHL game. I haven't been to an NHL game. I've been to a few MLB games, a few Red Sox games. Went to a game at Fenway and a game at Guarantee Rate Field, White Sox Field back in 2018. But yeah, NHL game. Yeah. So here's the background of the story. So it was October. I went up to Chicago to watch Celtic versus Sturm Graz in Europa League. I wanted to invite a buddy who is one of the main players, or the only player in this apart from me. His name is Tom Bushnell. So he was a former Harlan baseball teammate of mine back in the day. So this was like my last season with Harlan, and then I kind of dropped. It was like stuff was going on with our coach and the board. They were not on good terms and stuff like that. But like he was a pitcher for us on my last season with the squad. Then after that season, he transferred over to St. Louis University. He pitched there for a few years, and then he graduated. I think he's working. Not sure what business he's working with, but like it is kind of a business firm. I was going to invite him out to watch Celtic and Sturm Graz. That didn't actually happen. I mean, it didn't really work out. He couldn't get out of work on time, and I had to get my train back down to Blono as soon as humanly possible. So we couldn't meet up. But then he cracked the idea a few days later. Why don't you and me in January go to a Bruins and Blackhawks game? I thought, that's interesting. Yeah, exactly. We could do that. Yeah. So his company that he works for gives out Blackhawks and Bulls tickets because they're up in Chicago, and like they basically give out those. Yeah. So he wanted to just do a little buddy kind of get together and kind of just talk about life and stuff like that and watch some hockey. Yeah. So he bought the tickets. He didn't give me mine. He basically kept both of ours. And I originally was gonna I bought a jersey, a new Bruins jersey. And originally I was gonna wear that to the game just to kind of just have my own like a new Bruins jersey. Fanatics for some reason decided, you know what, we're gonna wait a few days to ship that before or a few days after the game before we'll ship it. So like January the 22nd is when they finally shipped it. I thought that's dumb. So I wore my old Patrice Bergeron jersey. So yeah, I wore that to the game. Yeah. So on I believe the 17th or so, got the train up to Chicago, left around 11:08 in the morning or close to the afternoon. Got there around like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hanged out for an hour because I couldn't check into my hotel till free. Yeah, Union Station is just one of the weirdest things. So literally, I went to go sit down in one of the charging stations there. Some dude literally saw me and got up and said, "I hate you." Like, huh? I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Like, huh? I hate you. Okay, buddy. All right. That was just strange. I mean, looking back at it, I thought, what was that? Like, I was just looking around like, what did I do? Like, I went to, like, look at someone and said, what did I do? Like, I don't know. I don't know. So I just sat down for an hour, charged my phone, and then waited because my hotel that I'm at, the Holiday Inn, it's like a 7 or so minute walk from Union Station. So waited there, like maybe waited to leave, like so I can get there like 7 minutes or so. Checked into my hotel, got a little dinner too because I wasn't really sure if Bush was gonna like provide food or we were gonna buy our food and stuff like that. We eventually did get beers at the game and stuff like that. I got I believe a Labatt Blue, which I'm found some actually here in Blono. I literally got some today. Kind of, there's one of my grocery shopping lists. Yep, drinking one now. Mm. But anyway, yeah. Spitting Chicklets. That's one of my main hockey podcasts and stuff like that. I tried listening to and stuff like that, and like I think they did a sponsorship with Labatt Blue. I think they did like some kind of beer and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of remember it. But yeah, had one of those. I got Jersey Mike's before the game, and then got the Uber to the United Center. The first Uber I took to the game, it was a little weird. I tried saying hi to the dude when he picked me up, but he just didn't really say anything. I thought, let's say, is something bad about to happen? Like I was kind of hoping. I was trying to see on my phone, like, is he really taking me to the Union Station or not Union Station? United Center. They're really taking me there. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, yeah, but he did. I mean, eventually he so for these Ubers, I mean, this is the first time I've been to like any really sporting event, like at least before Uber really became a thing. So they have now when you go to these games, an actual union union or not an Uber drop off or a loading center and stuff like that, right, or zone right outside the stadium and stuff like that. So he dropped me off there, walked in, walked across the street. I got into, I believe, one of I think it's like one of the north end and or atrium stuff like that. So apparently, since I didn't have my ticket on me and Bush had the ticket, I had to wait for him. They pulled me over to the side and we waited a few minutes for for Bush to show up and stuff like that. Just sitting there. I should have done to kind of just be funny and stuff like that. Maybe do the whole like put my hand behind my head and stuff like that. Yep, I've been taking POW. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe it would probably been a good thing I didn't do that. Yep, I've been captured. Yep. Yeah. Quite a bit of Bruins fans. I didn't really expect that. Yeah, I was about to say maybe we're not alone here in the Midwest, as I think. I don't know. Maybe they're just people. Yeah, maybe this is like winter break for some of them. This is like a vacation that some of them have been planning. Well, they picked the wrong weekend to do this, especially with all the snow we got and stuff like that weekend. Well, they picked the wrong weekend to do that. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm waiting there at Paisley, the ticket place and stuff like that for Bush to show up, and then walking by a few Bruins fans said, "Yeah, go Bees" and stuff like that, fist pumps and stuff like that. We better get the win, 6 in a row, stuff like that. Bush finally shows up. He shows them the tickets. We get in, and then we just walk to our seats, grabbed our beers, as I said, our Labatt Blue, or my Labatt Blue. I'm not sure what he got. He probably got yeah. Sat down, I mean, and looking at the ice, like literally as the seats we were at. So apparently Bush surprised me. He said he didn't really tell me at first exactly where the exact seats were, but like it was literally 4 rows from the ice. I thought. He said like I had some good news and bad news, and then he told me the bad news. I thought, how's that bad? Why is that bad news, Bush? I actually think that's good news. Yeah, I really didn't care. I mean, that's even better, just way up close. And like when you go there, it's like, man, these guys they're bigger in person right now than you see them on TV. Like, good lord, there were some tunes I thought, like, man, Pasternak, man, you're right there. Pablo Saka, you're right there. Literally on the ice and stuff like that. Like, man, they're bigger up close now. Yeah, like literally there. I mean, so they did some pre-game. So this is the Blackhawks 100-year season or centennial season because they turn 100 years this year, or 1925, 1926, or so, like, or 1926, 1927. So yeah, so they kind of did what the Bruins did, kind of deal, like they have their centennial. In this game, they actually had like an actual like kind of ceremony and stuff like that. This was their banners night, so it was to celebrate the championships they won in the 2000 teens and stuff like that. So like 2010, 2013, which they beat the Bruins sadly, and 2015. So like that dynasty group of like Jonathan Tays, Patrick Kane, all those guys and stuff like that. And stuff, yeah. So yeah, they had some of the guys show up. I mean, Patrick Kane and all those guys weren't, or hey, yeah, they weren't there, but there were a few of them that did show up. They kind of did like a cup, kind of like raised the cup and stuff like that. They had like kind of like a showing of like a little video of the history of the club, and I thought oh, that is kind of nice, going like over 100 years and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty neat. I kind of like seeing that. Yeah, they did have a little message at the end. So the reason they're called the Blackhawks is because of the Native American groups that used to roam the area around Northern Illinois and stuff like that, and kind of around Chicago and stuff like that back in the day. And they kind of just want to make a message like, hey, this is why we're called the Blackhawks. And just, yeah, which, all right, pay a little bit of homage to the Native American groups that we kicked off the land. And basically, yes. I thought, like, all right, okay, yeah. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, so ceremony was great. I mean, the start of the game, no, I mean, and literally, and like, this is how close we were. Like, literally, when some of these hits were happening, like on players, stuff like that, like you can literally hear the like the crack and stuff like that, especially when they hit like the the glass and stuff like that. I thought, man, wow, that is loud. And when you watch it on TV, it sounds different. Like when it's up close, like it's even louder. Yeah. So the first period wasn't really that good. I mean, Chicago went up like 2-0. I thought, yeah. I just thought, yeah, I was just sitting down. So the second goal, after the second goal, there was a dude behind or in front of me, like basically just saying, like, "Yo, you gonna stand up?" Like, no, it's not my team. Weird. Yeah, there was even one dude, like a few rows, like just kind of like to our right, saying, like, "Boston sucks." Like, okay. Okay, buddy, I don't think my city sucks. I think your city sucks. Yeah, really, Jesus. I can understand maybe New York and Philly people saying Boston sucks, but when Chicago says it, my God. Like, shut up. My city does not suck. Boston does not suck. Shut up. Yeah, I think the only cities that can do that are Philly or New York and Philly. Yeah, every other city needs to not say that. Yes, about to say. I propose a rule that we find some of these teams that have fans that say that. Yes. Yep, El Presidente Tio trying to. So anyway, so this dude, I mean, we'll talk about him too. I mean, he was just kind of like a lot of it. A lot of the teasing is like I didn't want to like get involved just for the fact I kind of wanted to be adult there. Not like that, I kind of just wanted to be like nice to Bush and stuff like that for the fact that like I'm not sure how much he spent on these tickets. This is just a yeah. I just felt like man, yeah. But anyway, this dude, I mean, after like the Bruins got like a few goals and stuff like that, like the tied up, like this dude literally said like, "So your friend doesn't want to talk to you." Like, what the fuck, idiot? Like, why are you cheering for this team? Because it's my favorite team. Cheer for the Blackhawks. Fuck off. Yeah, but that's what I mean. But I was thinking to myself, you really have to be that big of an asshole to go out of your way to try to ruin something like this for someone like me who really, this is the first time seeing my favorite hockey team in person, and we have to have this asshole who was probably been here so many times this season to just say, like, just why do you have to go out of your way to be that big of an asshole? I just want to know. But anyway, I mean, that was like, I wasn't too bent out. I just thought, okay, whatever, idiot, just be you. I mean, not only that, me and Bush, like, during between, like the periods and stuff like that, we were just talking about life, how things are going, what we've been doing after Heartland and stuff like that. We've been running in some of the guys from Heartland and stuff like that. And, like, especially from our last year there and stuff like that. Saying how we're doing life-wise, what's happening in my life. Told about told them about Fox, Holland, and Flora. I wonder how they would have acted that. Flora would have stormed the ice. No, she probably would have just ran around. We had to go chase her. We would have to have gone chase her. Her and Fox, I don't know. They might have been a little wigged out about this. I don't know. Maybe let's start them with something a little bit kind of like more minor league hockey. And I believe we do have a minor league affiliate hockey team. I believe it's affiliate of the New York Rangers, the Bloomington Bison. Maybe we might take them to a game. We might. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, Bruins, they end the second period like up 3-2, and then literally after that, just put it away in the third period. And yeah, that was just grand. We didn't stay till the end because I think Bush said, like, yeah, I mean, once, and we were already starting to see people starting to leave after, like, the Bruins got, like, the fifth goal. I thought, yeah, maybe we need to kind of just get ready to go home kind of deal, because once this game's over, it's going to be packed. It's going to be a chaotic zoo. Oh, by the way, we also just want to talk about this too. So that weekend, it was the Bears versus the Rams in the divisional round, and so this would have been a big weekend for them. Like, during the game and the week before in wild card weekend, they defeated the Packers in that wild card round, and like a come from behind victory for them. Really cool win for them. And during the game, they said Packers suck, Packers suck. Like, all right, guys, we get it. You came back and beat the Packers. Lovely. LA sucks. Well, they almost came back and won that game too, and then LA basically kind of ended that on a field goal in overtime. Yeah. So yeah, their season ended there. Yeah. But yeah, as we were all walking out, everybody's excited. We said, like, let's go Bees, and some Bruins fans there. More of the Blackhawks fans are saying, yeah, let's just move on to tomorrow for the Bears game and stuff like that, and like chanting like Packers suck and stuff like that, or Green Bay sucks. Yeah, we get it. Yeah. So me and Bush did our party way. So he took an Uber because he lives in Tinsley Park, which is like literally literally or so, like maybe I don't know, an hour or so out of Chicago, depending on traffic. And he told me like it was like over $100 for him. Like, oof, oof, oof. About to say oof. Yeah. But yeah, we were just talking about life and then went our ways. He went to his Uber and I went to my Uber. So apparently at the end of the game, there was like a couple of guys, like, like guys who like sell their tickets or try to buy tickets off you. So there were people at this Uber that wanted to try to get you an Uber ride. I thought, okay, yeah. I almost fell for one of them, and I thought, like, wait, no. Yeah. No, please come, keep no, no. I have my Uber ready to go here, buddy. I'm just gonna hang out in here. Oh, okay, guys. Anyway, so yeah, and the Uber like legit packed up. Like, man, it felt like, man, I am just running into people like, yeah, like, sorry, excuse me, yeah, yeah. Hanged out with like a group of Bruins fans after the game. I thought, man, that was kind of a little entertaining being with that group of three or so gentlemen. Yeah, you can tell a story. I shaked one of their hands and like said, "Man, your hands are rough." Yeah, well, they are working hands. Put some lotion on them. Yeah, I know. I know. I have to try to put some lotion on him or some lotion on him. But yeah, yeah. I mean, rough hands. I mean, shows that you done hard work. Soft hands are the ones that really, yeah. Soft hands are the ones that literally show you haven't done hard work. Yeah. Anyway, the Uber was just so chaotic. So what happened is the Uber, like my Uber, didn't really get there. Like he was like held up originally that wasn't my original Uber. So the original Uber like backed out because of like all the traffic stuff like that, and then they rerouted me to another Uber. And he couldn't get in. So the guys, it was getting to the point where like, hey, if you're not picked up by the certain time, we're gonna close the gate and stuff like that. We're just gonna have to redirect everybody from the Uber's zone to something or another like loading spot. And they suggested, hey, can you go to Madison and Woodward and just have him just come pick you up there? So we did that, and then we got in the car and literally said like, yeah, literally they really do a terrible job with the whole Uber and stuff like that at the United Center with these Blackhawks and Bulls games and stuff like that. Yeah, Oscar the man's name, and I've like we just got into talking about just him driving around Chicago and stuff like that, and just saying like yeah, even Sundays feels like it's going to be a hectic day just because of the Bears and stuff like that. Just how big of a game this would be if they get past the Rams. Yeah, didn't end up happening. Like talked about like just hey like I told him yeah I just did not want to drive up to Chicago just for the fact that like yeah it's just like I don't know how you guys do it driving up here. This looks like literally a war zone in some cases. Like you literally have to have your head on a swivel in some situations. Yeah, it literally said like, yeah, you gotta just learn how to drive up here, and a lot of it is too like if you park in some of the wrong spots and you don't have sometimes those like parking tickets or parking passes and stuff like that, they'll tow your car away. Like literally, they have cameras all over the place to the point where like, yeah, you can't get away with any of that. Yeah. So got back to my hotel, went to bed, then got up got up for the next day, got ready, checked out my hotel, but then went to the embassy and watched Celtic versus Oslick Talbot in the Scottish Cup, which we ended up winning 2-0. Wait for my train, and also watched the AFCON Cup too, which that was a weird ending to a cup game. Yeah, so the AFCON is kind of like like the Euros in a way. So like this is like Africa's Euros and stuff like that. Morocco versus Senegal. Very weird ending to a game. Yeah, and then I watched a little bit of like at the embassy, Patriots versus Texans. I thought, yeah, all right, yeah. Right. Then get on the train and went home, and that was that for our trip and our first boots on the ground game. Yeah. Oh, final score: Bruins 5, Blackhawks 2. Yeah. So being a part of this boots on the ground, we are now 1-0 for boots on the ground. So nice, yeah. Yeah, really fun trip. I kind of want to do that again. Maybe go to and we kind of want to do stuff like this, like maybe go up to a Red Sox game when they're playing the Cubs or the White Sox, or even go down to St. Louis and maybe see them play the Cardinals. I know they might play them this year. I definitely know they're playing the White Sox in Chicago this year too. Yeah, since they are an American League team, and yeah, we need it. Yeah, all right. So yeah, or even go up. I think the Patriots will do. Ow, man, I bent my tongue. Ow. All right. Anyway, I know the Patriots are playing playing the Bears in Chicago. Maybe go out to Green Bay. Maybe won't kind of like get too ambitious there just yet. I gotta know how. I was about to say I want to know what a train ticket up to Green Bay or Milwaukee would take and stuff like that, or even Indianapolis. I know, yes, Celtics, Pacers. Well, no, what about the Colts too? We need to talk about that too. Patriots and Colts. Maybe if they play there. Yeah. And then yeah, Celtics like the Bulls and the Pacers, stuff like that. That's what I was talking about. So This isn't on the lat, or this is the first of the boots on the ground, and it sure as hell won't be the last. But we don't know when the next one might come. We'll have to plan ahead. All right, so yeah, so tomorrow we'll recap Bruins and Lightning, and then Celtics and Bucks, and what other news? Red Sox, Patriots, Celtics, and Bruins. All right. Thank you for joining along, and we'll see you tomorrow. Banyana.